Next continuation for algebraic operation on complex numbers. Multiplication of two complex number. Multiplication of two complex numbers. Complex numbers simply written as Cn. Let Z1 equal to x1 plus iy1, Z2 equal to x2 plus iy2. Z1 into Z2, x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2. So x1, x2, product of two complex numbers, x1, x2, x1 into x2. Next x1 multiply with iy2. Yeah, I into x1, y2. So x1 multiply with the two numbers, that is x2 and iy2. Next take iy1. iy1 multiply with x2 and iy2. So iy1 into x2, that is equal to iy1 x2. Next I into I square. I into I what? I square. y1 y2. y1 y2. x1 y1. x2, y2 belongs to what? R. R is a set of all real numbers. So we know in complex number property, using the value of I square equal to what? Minus 1. So here I square. Now replacing the value of I square equal to what? Minus 1. So x1, x2 plus I into x1, y2 plus I into y1, x2. I square value is what? Minus 1 minus y1, y2. So real part. What is real part? x1, x2 real part minus y1, y2 real part. These two terms are what? Imaginary part, because multiply with what? I into x1, y2 plus I into y1, x2. So now we equating real part x1, x2 minus y1, y2. This is real part. Next imaginary part. Now taking I common from these two. That is what is the remainder? x1, y2 plus y1, x2. So that is equal to what? Product of two complex numbers. So product of two complex numbers is also a complex number, because this is what? Real. So some real number. This is also some real number. Product of two complex number is of the form x plus I into y. Sum x. X means what? Real part. Plus I into imaginary part. So that is example. Z1 equal to 1 minus 3i. Z2 equal to 1 plus 4. So Z1, Z2 equal to 1 minus 3i into 1 plus 4i. 1 into 1, 1. Product of two complex number. 1 into 4i plus 4i. Next, minus 3i multiply with these two numbers. Minus 3i into 1, minus 3i. Next, minus into plus, minus. 3i into 4i. 3i into 4i. 3 into 4, 12. I into I square. But we know the value of I square equal to what? Minus 1. We know the value of I square equal to what? Minus 1. So 1 plus 4i minus 3i minus 12 into minus 1. So 1, 4i minus 3i is what? I. Minus of minus what? Plus 12. So 12 real part, 1 also real part. 12 plus 1, 13 plus I. That is called product of two complex numbers. Plot the points in organ plane. Because we know in organ plane means this is what? Real axis. This is what? Imaginary axis. Z1, 1 minus 3i. Now take this is the value of 1 minus 3i means what? X equal to 1, y equal to minus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. That is 1 minus 3i. This is the point of what? 1 comma minus 3. Next 1 comma 4. Z2, 1. This is 1 comma 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the point of, this is Z1. This is what? Z2, 1 comma 4. 1 comma minus 3 and 1 comma 4. Product of two complex number is what? 13 comma 1. Because 13 plus I can be written as 13 comma 1. That is x-axis. Real axis value 13. Imaginary axis unit is what? 1. So x equal to, for example, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 comma 1. 1 means what? This is a 13 comma 1. This is a product of two complex number. This represents Z1, Z2. This is represent Z1 into Z2. Product of two complex numbers. That's all. Now take this is origin. X-axis called real axis. Y-axis is called imaginary axis. So product of two complex numbers is also a complex number.